Hello, I am here filming this video for you guys, and it's my first one. I'm really excited. I've been working pretty hard trying to get it done. If you hear noise in the background, please disregard it. My sister's taking a shower, my mom's doing her thing, but yeah. And if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at what I wrote. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. 14 things that I learned at 14, let's go. Okay. Number one, alright, trying new things helps you discover who you were meant to be and also who you do not want to become. I tried a lot of new things this year. I did the whole freshman thing and I was like, well, what do I like and what do I not like? And I tried things and I've very fortunately been able to succeed in a lot of the things that I've been doing and that I've tried. So, I'm just on my way to figuring out what is my true passion, like what do I want to stick with, and it's been fun. That's rude. Can you stop, please? Thank you. Okay. Keep going. Number two is about silent parties. They're amazing. They don't have to be big. It doesn't have to be 100 people in a room with their headphones in. It can be 3. It can be 1, even though I don't know if you would call it a silent party at that point or if you just call it dancing by yourself. But they're great, and they're a really great way to I don't really know if they burn calories, but it's a really great way to just kind of get your energy out or gain energy, I guess. And while I took the time to write all these down, I was doing that in my living room, and my handwriting is actually pretty bad in this because I was dancing and writing at the same time. Don't recommend, but I did it. Number 3, which I think is super important and it'll make your life a lot easier, is to do your research. Do it about people, do it about things that you hear, headlines you see. If you see something, always go and try and see if there's any information to back it up. Alternative facts exist. They're a thing. But, just make sure that what you're seeing is true by fact checking it, because things aren't straightforward. Number 4 is a follow-up to number 3, and that's mainly talking about giving people a chance, not in the sense that if somebody messes up, you have to forgive them, but while a first impression is important, it might not give you the right impression of that person. They might be a completely different person than the person that you first met when you first talked to them, so you never know. And just give people time and, give people the chance to be in another situation, to be under different circumstances, and I don't know, you'll get a true feel for who they actually are. Number 5 is that moms probably know best. And my mom and I butt heads sometimes. It's a mother-daughter thing, but when she says no or she recommends that I do something, she's normally right. Payoff is normally right. And then the best thing about it is that when my mom tells me something, I go and I share that lesson that I learned with my friends, that advice with my friends, and, just moms are great. If you have a good mom, then you're in good hands because they really care about you and they love you. 6 is that somebody out there appreciates you, somebody out there loves you, even if it's something that you really aren't proud of or something that you never really thought of. Random example, I was at Sephora when my mom went to go get makeup, and I was like, well, how does this brow thing work? And she was like, you actually have really nice eyebrows for them being your natural eyebrows. I said, thank you. I never really thought of my eyebrows as nice, but I guess they were to that lady at Sephora. So, I don't know, things like that. You never know what somebody might be envious of you for. So, because it's hard to be in people's heads, and people don't really they don't go around saying, I am so jealous of your ankles. You have perfect ankles. I want your ankles. That's not a thing. Also, I don't think people really get jealous of other people's ankles. I just needed an unorthodox example. There it was. Number 7, halfway through, very big middle thing for me to say. Hamilton is so good. Like, I don't care if you don't like musicals. I don't really care if you're not that into history. Like, you have to, like, oh my gosh. Hamilton, y'all. I'm just going to leave it at the fact that I ended my sentence with y'all. I'm also going to leave it with the fact that I was able to correct my government teacher I was able to correct her when she said that John Jay wrote 2 or 3 of the Federalist Papers before he got sick. It was 5. And James Madison did not write the most. He wrote 29. And Hamilton wrote the other 51. Say it with me. The other 51. Okay. But yeah, it's a good musical. Lin-Manuel Miranda is, I would say, nothing short of a genius. So, number 8. I almost forgot how to do that. You will never be too cool for anything. You're never going to be too cool for wacky tacky days. You're never too cool to have school spirit. You're never too cool to not be cool. Like, there is more fun in participating and being kind of part of the celebration of whatever it may be than to be the person who doesn't do anything, who doesn't dress up, who doesn't go all out. So you should do that. Like, one day we had like a holiday themed wacky tacky, and I wore this green Christmas sweater with jean shorts, red leggings, pink fuzzy socks, and red shoes, and it didn't match at all. It wasn't something that I would ever wear, but like, that picture that I posted of me in that outfit is the most like picture on my Instagram. So school spirit's kind of cool, guys, especially if other people can get behind it. Like, everybody can get behind Christmas. Like, I feel like that's something like, woo, everybody likes that. Like, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, you feel kind of the holiday, like, the holiday vibe, the holiday spirit. But yeah. Number 9. Oh gosh, that's 8. Number 9. Here we go. Which is something that I'm still working on. It's kind of difficult. It's definitely something that's kind of in our nature, but something that I'm trying to fight against is to not let other people kill what you love. If you like something and somebody doesn't and they are vocal about that, don't censor yourself or don't hide that part of you if, just because somebody else has an opposing view. I am a huge One Direction fan. I have all their albums except for the first one. But, like, I religiously listened to those albums, and I will still go back and listen to them. I know pretty much all the words. And, when people would say stuff about One Direction, I was this proud One Direction fan, but, like, depending on the person, if it was somebody that I was like, oh my gosh, they're so cool, or if it was, like, a guy, boys, whew, if it was a, if it was a boy, I would, like, totally, like, hide that part of me, or, like, censor that part of me to a certain extent, where I wouldn't look as obsessed as I was. And I would call it an obsession, but, like, I'm not ashamed of it. I like One Direction. I still do. So, that's just something that is really difficult to work with, is to kind of just let opinions be opinions for other people. Let them be different between you and the next person. But it's hard. We're working on it. Number 10. Hear me out when I say that middle schoolers are the worst. But when I say that, like, I just mean that it gets better. Because 6th, 7th, and 8th grade were like, they were years. From like 2013 to 2016. 2015, 16, that school year for me was so difficult. I was exposed to so many things, and not necessarily it wasn't a matter of me not being able to handle what I was being exposed to. It was just a matter of other people feeling like it was okay to expose those things and say those things. And, like, the immaturity levels of some people, honestly, like, it drove me crazy, guys. Like, I'm so glad to be in high school. Like, you can call me freshy all you want if it means that I get to be among people who are a lot more mature and honestly don't have any time for that kind of stuff. Like, just leave it in middle school. Honestly, it gets a lot better. I'm living proof, because honestly, I can make a whole nother video about all the crazy crap that happened to me in middle school, and maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see where this goes. But moving on to number 11 is that validation is important, but it's not everything. as much as it's nice to have somebody behind you, somebody who agrees with you, if you are going to support your beliefs and stand up for your beliefs and other people aren't going to, that's fine. You don't need that person to come into your life and validate you. You don't need somebody to come and be like, oh yeah, that's totally right. Even if, it's the smallest thing, you don't need somebody's approval. It's not necessary. If it's what you feel in your gut, you go with your gut. I don't know. It sounds like a really broad thing to say, but it's actually quite important, and I think that it's something that we should all try and work towards. But yeah. Number 12 is that the golden rule is actually golden. Being a nice person is gonna give you positive reactions back. But what's unfortunate about that is people are gonna take advantage of that. If you're a nice person and somebody comes and they treats you like the dirt on their shoes, that's their problem. They're gonna take advantage of that, but what they don't know is that it's gonna come back and bite them in the butt later, because that's just kind of how the world works. People don't have time for they're not ready for the harsh realities of the world the way that you are. If you're a kind person, if you're generous, if you are a more positive person rather than a negative person, things just pan out for people who do good things. Yeah. Number 13 is that doing the right thing and being the bigger person is so gratifying. It's gratifying, it's satisfying, it's everything. It's so perfect. As much, being right in an argument in terms of being morally right is so much better than being factually right. You don't want to go out and splurt alternative facts, but you also want to go out there and not regret anything that you're going to say later because it's not of your character. It's just better to take the high road, because taking the high road and watching somebody be petty or, be immature about a situation, people are going to applaud you for being the bigger person and being more mature about a situation. It's really gratifying. It's fun. Oh my gosh. It's fun. It's kind of fun when it happens to you. So, just keep that in mind. And, it's a really, kind of going along with that is if you're dealing with somebody who doesn't really want to put in that effort to be a good person or be the bigger person, you gotta just shake it off and ignore them, because ultimately everybody else is gonna see what you're seeing. They're gonna see that kind of person that is unreasonable, the person that you can't reason with. So, it feels good. It feels real good. And my last one, number 14, which is so huge right now, I think just being in this world, especially being in this country, but I don't want to make this too political or anything, is that your family is not just blood. The best moments are in safe spaces where everyone feels like your family. Finding people who are there to comfort you unconditionally are the best. And sometimes it's my mom, sometimes it's whoever I'm near, sometimes it's my friends, sometimes they are complete strangers. I find some people that I've never met face to face know me so well without having to know anything about me. They know what I'm feeling. They become what feels like part of my family. I'm part of all these small little groups, all these small communities, and I feel so at home when I'm with them. I feel comfortable, I feel safe, and that's one of the greatest feelings in the world. It's something that I learned, and it's just so great to be part of that if you haven't discovered that, I'm sorry, and I hope you do soon, because the feeling is indescribable. I tried to say as much as I can to speak about it, but to feel it is a whole nother thing. And yeah, I really hope that if you haven't, you experience it soon. And oh my gosh, I finished the video, guys. There might be some background noise or whatever, but I got this video done. My phone isn't out of storage just yet, so whew. It's been a roller coaster ride trying to make this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I don't have an outro, but I hope you like this video. Comment what you want me to do, if you want stories about middle school, whatever it is. I'm open to ideas, suggestions. Subscribe if you like this video. Subscribe if you know me. Please help me out. I will subscribe back to smaller channels and friends and all that jazz. And I will see you later. Bye.